you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another anime reaction video! It's actually been ages since I checked out anything from AniNews, by the way. Link to AniNews' channel is in the description. Love their freaking videos. AniNews just released a new video called Winter 2026. It's absolutely stacked for anime, and honestly, considering the anime we have coming next year, my word, I cannot wait to see if there's any I've missed, if there's any that have gone under the radar, any more that we should be watching or keeping an eye out for. There's a lot of hype on its way, so let's make sure we don't miss a single one of them. Shout out AniNews again. If you want me to react to any other anime stuff, just put the link or comment or down below whatever that you want me to check out. Like and subscribe, and let's jump into my first time ever reaction to AniNews' Winter 2026 is absolutely freaking stacked.
With fall 2025 only having a small selection of anime even worth watching, next season is like an all-you-can-watch buffet of the highest quality series to ever grace our eyeballs.
I'm gonna be so
I mean,
screwed,
to say it's
man.
a breath of fresh air would be the understatement of the century. There's so much combined talent behind each individual series that just 1 minute of any of the anime we're about to talk about will have more frames than the entirety of One Punch Man season 3 combined.
No.
So if you haven't had the chance to see which heavy hitters are making their way onto our screens next month, here's why Winter 2026 could be the best looking season of anime ever.
I'm really excited about this because I imagine there's a bunch on here that I just don't know about. And that's what I'm looking for here today. Like, because we know the big boys, right? We know with Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, Oshi. We know these bad boys. What don't we know? Fire Force? What don't we know?
The #1 anime.
But there's so many, just say them out loud.
The series so faithful I'm not even able to make a cut content on it. Animated by the amazing talent over at Studio Madhouse, Frieren is back again with what looks to be another phenomenal season continuing her story. It has been really over 2 years since season 1 came out though, so expect a recap coming your way shortly.
Has it really been 2 years? Has it really been 2 years? What?
For what to expect from season 2, with the foundation set and the core cast of characters developed, we'll be getting less setup and more plot. So that means arcs with a more defined setting and conflict, whereas season 1 focused largely on Frieren's prolonged life and the impact it had on her and the others around her.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Combine that with the fact season 2 will most likely be covering a fan favorite arc, and really the only determining factor of enjoyment would be the quality. Specifically whether season 2 can meet the same lofty heights season 1 so easily rose to before. I'm fairly certain it will, since the Studio Madhouse returning to continue its adaptation of Frieren, the staff behind it remain just as talented as the season 1 staff. Some may find the switch in director to be worrying, but with the season 1 director only stepping back and not actually leaving, this switch is more of a delegation rather than a replacement.
I'm not worried at all. There's not a single, I know every now and then I get like a comment, it's like, a little bit worried. I am not worried at all. Not even a little bit. I know it's gonna be just as good as the first one. Like, there's no part of me that doesn't believe it won't be. Yeah, I'm just excited. So fucking excited, man. It's just perfect. It honestly is perfect. It's so stupidly good, it's crazy.
You see, season 1's director Saito, the same man who directed Bocchi the Rock, will still be on the team just as the supporting director.
What a damn legend.
The new director is Tomoya Kitagawa, who, while doesn't have any credits directing an entire anime himself yet, he was the episode director for a few episodes from season 1.
Oh.
So, with this being his debut as the full-time director, I'm sure with Saito's guidance
there wasn't a single bad episode.
I doubt the slow yet rewarding build-up Frieren is known for will be lost with him. Plus, with the series composition and script handled by the same lead writer as season 1, I'm sure the pacing will remain consistent too. Not to mention the most stacked team of character designers I've ever seen, specifically because of Akiko Takase. She alone was the animation director for amazing anime like the Chainsaw Man movie and Violet Evergarden movie.
What? The Violet Evergarden movie and the Chainsaw Man movie? Now that is a fucking, man, that is a brag.
So, with that being what to expect from Frieren Season 2, Winter 2026 is already off to an amazing start.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
As spectacular as it looks though, there's a good chance it might not even be the best animated series of the season. Seriously. With Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, Oshi and Fire Force all present too, all are—
I didn't know there was so much hype around Hell's Paradise. I had no idea. But then it seems to be loads. Because, like, I watched Hell's Paradise Season 1, and I felt like I was the only YouTuber watching it. I felt like no one gave a fuck about that anime. And it seemed to have like a lot of criticisms and stuff, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was really cool. I had issues with the ending, but like that wasn't anything to do with like the animation or the story or anything. That was just like my personal preferences of what they decided to do, and me not really liking it when they do that. I don't want to spoil anything. But honestly, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was gorgeous. But now there seems to be so much hype around it. I'm like really happy it's getting a bit more attention.
With Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, Oshi no Koen, Fire Force all present too.
God, man, I'm gonna watch all of them.
Shining just as bright as Frieren.
I'll be watching Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, and Oshi no Koen every week.
Had my attention for quite a while now. It's pretty rare for specialists
I must be working overtime, baby.
To come together to work on one single anime, but that's exactly what's happened with Fate Strange Fake. Granted, the prologue did preview over 2 years ago, but I like to think that's because this is more of a passion project for the studio. In the beginning, Fate Strange Fake was only supposed to be that 1 hour special, but it seems over time the scope was expanded.
What is this?
The first episode then came out in 2024, after which the full release of the season was delayed to 2026.
Oh?
So whether it was syncing timelines, giving time for quality, or just wanting to do the best job they could, an anime with a staggered release such as this tells me they don't want to push out something subpar. It's not some...
I mean, anything in the Fate universe is usually incredible. Who's doing it? Is Mappa doing Fate again?
Seasonal...
It wasn't Mappa who did Fate. Who did Fate before? Was it Madhouse? Who does Fate? Who does Fate?
Flop A1 Pictures just wants to get out the door.
A1 Pictures. Oh, yes.
Into the Fate franchise that I'm sure they'd like to sit right up there alongside all the others. As for why the animation looks so promising, the directors who together have directed, storyboarded, and animated several Fate Grand Order commercials also have connections to some of the biggest freelance animators in the industry.
It looks
I don't know if any of you are familiar with a name like Hakuyo Go, but to use him as an example, he brought us fights like Sukuna vs. Maharaga.
Oh.
So to see him credited as the Noble Phantasm designer, I'm sure his work on everyone's ultimate attacks will be mind-boggling. Now, if you're wondering what even is Fate Strange Fake, that's a topic for another video I'll be making before it airs.
I thought he was going to give us a little bit. Yeah, what is it? Where does it fit in? I haven't delved deep into the world of Fate. We watched a bunch of it, like the main most popular ones, and it was fucking fantastic. And a few people wanted me to watch a little bit more of it, but we just never got round to it because it didn't have like the traction to like warrant more reactions. But I would definitely, I'd be more than up for watching.
A long and complex story short, though, this is pretty much the American Holy Grail War. A group fails to replicate a Holy Grail War of the past, and in doing so spurs the simultaneous commencement of two separate Holy Grail Wars. This results in all sorts of irregularities in the war itself, including the blurring of what even counts as a hero. So expect servants and noble phantasms you never would have expected to see before. Top that off with a soundtrack by the legend Hiroyuki Sawano himself, you already know every action scene is gonna be a banger. It's gonna be epic seeing Gilgamesh flex on the Mongrels, all while aura farming to Hiroyuki's music in the background.
Oh god, it's gonna be amazing.
For those who didn't understand a word I just said, I'm sure these next two anime you'll be more familiar with. First we have Hell's Paradise Season 2, then after that is Jujutsu Kaisen's Culling Game. Both are coming from Studio Mappa, so you definitely don't need me to hype up how good the quality is gonna be. That said, Hell's Paradise may not be as popular as Studio Mappa's other works, but as a series that has at most one more season left after this one, it'll be nice to see a shonen animated start to finish in what seems like a reasonable amount of time. For me, I'm just looking forward to exploring more of the unique setting Hell's Paradise provides with its story.
That's exactly how I feel about Hell's Paradise as well. Like, completely. The unique setting, the island, and like, there's nothing like it. The whole world of Hell's Paradise is so unique. And the island that they're on is so bizarre, trippy, and terrifying. I truly cannot wait to explore more of it. It's such a cool fucking anime, and it has one of my favorite anime openings of all time. Work to this day is just peak anime music.
Jujutsu Kaisen once again brings us the best Studio Mappa has to offer, this time with the Culling Game arc. With not even a day having passed since the Shibuya incident, Japan is made into an arena for the Jujutsu Sorcerer Battle Royale. There is a pretty awesome arc before that too, so expect a lot of action just like last season. Maybe
not even a day has passed.
Fights with Sukuna, but certainly as impactful. That said, My only concern is whether the studio has had enough time to cook, since there were a few moments last season which lacked polish. And with the same amount of time given for Season 3 that was for Season 2, we can only hope things are a lot more streamlined this time around. For those looking for less action,
I'm not really doubting it, to be honest. Not like I was last time. The only thing that is sad when it comes to MAPPA is their treatment of their staff. But we all know this is like a common known thing in the anime community, and I think that's the saddest part. But other than that, I imagine the quality will be outstanding. I mean, Season 2's quality was fucking incredible, and the parts that people complained about and said weren't polished enough, it's like going to a 5-star restaurant and like finding like that one potato on a plate is slightly undercooked. That's what it was like. Like, everything was flawless. Oh, that bit was a little bit off. Still fucking perfect. So, if Season 2 is anything to go by, Season 3 is gonna be insane. But this is an anime that started off with so much hype and has just slowly got quieter and quieter, despite getting better and better. And that's Oshi no Ko.
Hope things are a lot more streamlined.
Season 2, in my opinion, was better than Season 1.
For those looking for less action, but that same level of Sakuga, Oshi no Ko is back again with its 3rd season.
Hell yeah.
Studio Doga Koba has always done an excellent job elevating the manga into this adaptation filled with spectacles.
Beautiful.
So in any other season not filled with the absolute powerhouses I've already talked about, Oshi no Ko would have shined at the top. It did so with Season 2 in the summer of 2024 and just barely got beat by Demon Slayer when it first came out in 2023. You can expect the quality to remain the same too, as most of the staff remains consistent with those that worked on the previous seasons. As for the story itself, with the manga finished and the reception mixed at best, we might be approaching one of those cases where the story is carried by the animation. Still, at its core, Oshi no Ko remains this mystery thriller, so while there are a lot of idol and showbiz elements, that's not
hey, no barking, shush. Ah, the bloody dog. I am super curious to see how like that statement with the manga being finished, so it's done, it's completed story, and the reception was mixed at best. Oshi no Ko is one of these things that the mystery element, this is the problem with mystery-based stuff, and it's not just anime, it's anything mystery, is once it starts unraveling and you start finding out things and the story continues that way, it's whether or not that reveal, or whether or not like when pieces start falling together, whether that is a satisfying conclusion, and that's always a difficult landing to stick.
Well, there is to it. The character dramas so far have at least been pretty captivating. And who knows, maybe the reception to the manga's ending means they'll change it in the anime. Fire Force is back again with Season 3 Part 2, potentially finishing up the series for good now. There are about 80 chapters of the manga left to adapt though, so unless they're doing a 2-core 24-episode season like how they did with Seasons 2 and 1, the finale is either gonna be rushed or turned into a movie. I am a bit behind with where the story is at now, but it's pretty crazy that a lot of the best animated shonen are returning all at the same time.
Yeah.
And unlike Oshi no Ko, whose ending wasn't the best, Fire Force's ending is said to be great. All it needs is...
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Fire Force is an anime that I really want to watch. A lot of people in my community say that they think I would really enjoy it. And now I've started picking some anime myself. For example, most recently we picked To Be Hero X, which wasn't voted for. I picked it myself. That gives us room in the future for me to just pick some more. Maybe Fire Force.
To follow through with the same quality it had with the first 2 seasons. Now, we've talked a lot about sequels that are sure to be great, but in terms of new anime, there's one in particular that could trump all of them.
Oh?
This is Sentenced to be a Hero, and it comes from the animators who brought us some of the best episodes of Mushoku Tensei.
Oh?
Ever see the Rudius bread scene? How about the Orsted vs. Ruijerd fight? Both are done by the duo responsible for directing this new anime. I'm sure the recognizable art style was an immediate giveaway of who was behind it. So, without even knowing anything about the series itself, just knowing who the staff is behind Sentenced to be a Hero makes me confident we're about to get an anime equal to or better than Mushoku Tensei Season 1. The story may not be as good, but the light novel Sentenced to be a Hero is based off of is considered to be decent. At the very least, it has an interesting premise. So, this is a world where criminals are sentenced to be heroes, forced to fight in a war against demon lords from which they can never escape. Even if they die,
so kind of, it's not really a spoiler, but kind of similar to Hell's Paradise in a way then. At least not the world of Hell's Paradise, but the story of it. Kind of like that, you know? It's not something we haven't seen before. I mean, didn't Predators, the movie, do something similar to this, where criminals are sentenced to, like, fight on their behalf? Suicide Squad is another good example. Kind of like that.
They're just resurrected again to keep on fighting. So, in a way,
they just resurrected again.
Elements of Suicide
so it's like
Squad,
endless.
just in a fantasy
setting
against monsters.
Pretty Suicide Squad.
Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that, but as the series I'm planning to cover weekly, I'm gonna make a more in-depth video introducing it next week.
Curious. I haven't heard anything about this.
This is also the series I'm most excited for, since not only does the theme fit my channel perfectly for some cut content videos, it's a refreshing take in fantasy that has quite a lot of talent behind it. And not just the directors who worked on Mushoku Tensei. So, given the series was delayed to add some extra polish to it, I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be the most refined anime of the season. It'll at least give some tough competition to Frieren. Other notable anime.
Curious. I have not even heard of Sentenced to Be a Hero. Not once. Not one comment. Nothing. And I am now very excited to it. Now, I'm already going to be watching so many anime weekly, more than I have ever done since I started YouTube. The most I have ever done weekly is 2. We are going to be starting 4. We're going to be doing Oshi no Ko, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, and of course, Frieren. So I don't know if I got any room for any more, man.
Include My Hero Academia's Vigilantes Season 2, the final chapter for Golden Kamuy, the newest addition to the Trigun series, and the adaptation of the manga, The Darwin Incident. They might not have the same god-tier quality as all the other anime, but in a season of gems, these are the cherries on top.
We've got even more anime coming out next year as well.
I'll talk about those in my seasonal roundup video. It's looking like there'll be quite a few of them. But yeah, these are the anime making next season look amazing. It could honestly be the best animated season of anime ever. With so much talent behind each of them, any one of them could surpass the best that all of 2025 had to offer.
Yeah.
Now, if you're planning to watch Fate Strange Fake, Frieren, or Sentenced to Be a Hero, then feel free to subscribe since I'll be making more videos on all of them. If you liked what you saw in this video...
My dog just barking in the background, man. Shout out AniNews. Link to AniNews' channel is in the description. Everything AniNews does has been amazing to watch. Huge fan of this channel, so please go support AniNews. I'm going to go let the dog out, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you guys, because he's just sitting at the door barking. You know why he's barking, if anyone's wondering? It's because my wife is hoovering. And I don't know if you guys know this, but it is a dog's mortal duty to attack a hoover. I don't know if there was like a big war in the past or something, but yeah. I'm gonna let him out. Hold on. I'm back. He can go terrorize my wife now. Man, like I said, there's even more anime coming out next year as well. It doesn't just end with the winter. We've got some incredible anime coming next year. Have I forgotten any? I know we got Mushoku Tensei and Re:Zero returning. But what else is there? There's some other stuff too, isn't there? Yeah, Sentenced to Be a Hero, I'll keep an eye out for. I haven't heard much about it. I haven't heard anyone talking about it. But the fact that it's got some people who worked on Mushoku Tensei, which is another anime that I will be watching when it drops. I am as curious as AniNews is about that series. Actually, no, he sounded way more curious. But yeah, I'm curious. I don't know which anime I'm most excited about, if I'm being honest. I know which anime I'm least excited about. And that would be Hell's Paradise. And the only reason I would say I'm least excited out of the 4 about it is because I don't know where we're going. And because out of all of them, Hell's Paradise Season 1 had an ending that did not, I was like, man, why'd you do that? And again, I don't want to spoil it, but anyone who's watched my channel for a while now knows that there's certain things that I'm not a big fan of. And Hell's Paradise did one of those things. And I was like, come on. So I'm curious to see how they do it, because I've seen other anime do what Hell's Paradise has done and pull it off. You know, I'm not going to name any because I really don't want to spoil it, but other anime have done it and pulled it off. So Hell's Paradise can, and then it will become something I'm very excited about. But I'm curious to see if they do. Whereas Jujutsu Kaisen, I've just loved forever. I loved Season 1 when we watched it. It was one of my favorite freaking series to watch. I loved Season 2. It was incredible, awesome, amazing, and I cannot wait for Season 3. I'm so hyped about it, man. I'm so hyped. I can't wait to get back into the world of Yuji Itadori, my brother. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And then we have Frieren. which I truly believe is one of the most perfect pieces of media ever created. And I have all the faith that they are going to perfectly match the energy of season 1. I have no doubt in my mind. And I can't wait to see them pull it off, man. Because I know they're going to do it. I know they're bloody going to do it. And you've got anime that are just as stacked as those two. You then add Oshi in there, which is one of the best, most twisted, bizarre anime I've ever seen. And the story is so masterfully crafted. And season 2 was gorgeous. The way that they filmed that play scene was just amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I think season 2 blew season 1 out of the water. And I think the only thing that carries season 1 is the first episode. Other than that, I think season 1 is great, but I think season 2 is fucking awesome. And I think if season 3 is somehow able to combine the darkness of season 1, the beautiful animation and storytelling of season 2 into one dark, twisted story that continues off where season 2 left, then we are in for something pretty incredible. I am very excited about all 4 of them. I can't wait to watch them. Saying I'm least excited for Hell's Paradise is literally like saying, you know, like, I'm trying to use an example. I'm saying that they're all 10s and Hell's Paradise is a 9.9. That's what I'm saying in terms of excitement. Oh, let me know. What are you most excited about? Not just for winter, but for all of next year. Are you more curious for Re:Zero, Mushoku Tensei? And if I think there's more that I've forgotten about, like other big ones. Isn't Saga coming out next year? Of Tiny the Evil. So yeah, like we got some pretty awesome stuff coming next year. Let me know in the comment section which one you're most excited about, and if any have been neglected, let me know as well. I'm gonna keep an eye out on this other one that he mentioned, Sentenced to be a Hero, because the concept sounds very intriguing. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe before you run out of that door. Have yourselves a wonderful holiday season. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.